So even though I was cut off, that's all good. Spirit wants me to have a little fun with this. So I was like, let's bring out the cards. The cards make it fun. But Spirit also wants me to talk more about myself and my own like journey and what I've experienced, because they feel like that's gonna help the collective a lot. Like what I've been through is gonna help people to understand and to connect more to what's actually going on in their circumstances in their journey. So Spirit, can you give me about, let's see, 2 more cards? So let it fall out the deck, please. Thank you. Fall out the deck, please. Ooh, that one really wants to fall out. Okay. Let it fall out the deck, please, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. 2 came out, but I'm going to take this one, and then we're going to kind of pull that one out to the side. So first we have the 10 of Pipes, right? So at one point in my life, at a lot of points in my life, I carried heavy loads. I carried very heavy loads, like loads that weren't mine to carry, but I still carried them because I thought that was the mission. I thought that was the reason of me living. I thrived off of living off other people. I thrived off of living to refuel people. I thrived off of living to replenish people. I would leave myself deplenished to replenish others. And it was all to keep the peace. I did all of the depleting myself to keep the peace with other people. And so I would just stay quiet. I wouldn't really allow, I would take all the pressure. I would take all the burden. I would take all the pain of other people. I would take all the projections of what other people felt about me. I would take on other people's projections as if it was mine, even though they wouldn't even be true. Half of the time, the projections people had for me were far from the truth, but I would internalize it and take it as mine, and then I would create more burden on myself. So right now, I think it's important that it really matters about who you're around. Are you around people who create an environment where the projections are safety, openness, expression, truth, and love and kindness? Or are you around people who are critiquing every move, everything that you do? Are you around the energies that are projecting the wrong things to internalize? Because if you wanna internalize things, you wanna internalize the right things, right? If you are someone who internalizes more, then you don't want to take on a heavy load. Don't take on the heavy load of other people. Don't take the heavy load of what other people think you need to do. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You think that you think by taking the heavy load of other people, you're doing everything a favor, but you're actually creating more resistance to them growing and you growing. So you're resisting your own growth as well as resisting their growth, and then also depleting their growth, because how are they going to be able to grow if they don't hear what's really true? How are you able to grow if you don't allow yourself to step into that growth of being uncomfortable with making somebody uncomfortable? I'm talking to people pleasers here. Girl, I know you. We got you. We hear you. This is a supporting channel right here. It's gonna be uncomfortable to make other people uncomfortable. But making other people uncomfortable is how people grow. We know this already. You make yourself uncomfortable in so many ways. I think one of the hardest ways it's been to make you uncomfortable is by you being your truth and like sticking on to that. You no longer need to burden yourself with other people's projections. If people project their insecurities onto you, you say, no, that is not true. That is not me. You don't take it on. Don't take it on, because you're resisting your growth. you're creating more challenges for yourself by intaking their projection, which is going to make more resistance to you seeing your higher power. For example, if somebody says you are a liar, I don't know, I'm just putting out an example there, and you internalize it, that resistance is gonna start playing in your head. That's gonna start fucking slowing you down. You're gonna believe that, you're gonna slow down. You're not gonna be moving at the pace you deserve to be moving because you took on their projection, right? But then you say to them, instead of like taking it on and be like, you know what, you're right. Instead of taking it on, you say, no, you don't talk to me like that, because I'm not a liar. I was speaking my truth. And even if it makes them uncomfortable, the truth is that they're going to be able to grow. They're going to get the opportunity to grow. You don't even understand. When you make other people uncomfortable, you give them the opportunity to grow into themselves. You give them the opportunity to see things from a different perspective. If you're constantly making people comfortable, they're not going to want to go outside of that uncomfort. They're not going to have a reason to go outside of that uncomfort. They're not going to have a reason to, you know what I mean? This is for a very selective collective. This is really for my people pleasers. My people pleasers with purpose. My people pleasers with heavy burdens on their back that they carry from other people's projections. It is time to let it go. It is time to say no. I don't deserve this. It is time to say no, I don't deserve this. I deserve better. It says no, I deserve better. It is saying no, don't talk to me like that. It is saying no, I am not here to make you feel better about yourself. I am here to grow. I am here to become. I am here to mend more of who I truly am. And if that makes other people uncomfortable, that means they're gonna grow. That means they're gonna grow. That's what that means. That means they get the opportunity to grow. You don't understand, you're actually helping them. You may think like you people pleasing is helping everybody, but what you get to do is you get to expand your growth and their growth. Obviously, it's their choice if they want to grow. After hearing what you said, they can either be triggered by it or use it as growth. But I promise you, you saying what makes other people feel uncomfortable, say it. Because you can grow someone by doing that. You can change someone's mindset just by speaking your truth. Make them uncomfortable. You don't think what I'm saying to you is making me a bit uncomfortable? Not really. It's not really making me uncomfortable. Just because, like, I know that the people who are ready to hear this message is going to hear this message and it's going to change everything in them. Right? I'm not saying that you're not going to be uncomfortable. All right? What I'm saying is that you're going to be willing to be uncomfortable. If you handle it, if you've held enough discomfort, you start to be like, this ain't nothing. Not because it ain't nothing, but because you've experienced worse. I'm talking to people who have been through things, experienced pain, experienced pressure, experienced suffering. It is time for you to feel the discomfort that expands you rather than the discomfort that contracts you. It is time to feel the discomfort that creates more growth and expansion versus more pain and suffering. It is time for a different energy and a different way to embody things. It is okay to make other people uncomfortable. It is okay to do that. People make you uncomfortable. I want you to think about this. If someone feels comfortable projecting their fears, projecting their insecurities, even if they're unaware of it, onto you, why shouldn't you? Not project your fears or you know what I mean? Don't do that. What I'm saying is don't accept what they're projecting onto you. It's not yours to hold. that projection that they hold on to you is not yours to hold. And you saying that, I'm not saying cuss them out, scream at them, do this, but you say, no, I don't deserve to be treated like that. No, I know I'm speaking my truth, and my truth deserves to be heard. No, I know that I'm not too much. And say it while your voice is shaking. Oh, yes, please. Say it with the voice shaking. Say it with the fear. Say it while you're stuttering. I promise you, it's not about how you say it. It's about doing it. It's not about how it's done. It's not about being like, it's not about being like raising your voice and speaking so loud and letting everybody know. It's about saying, I don't like you talking to me like that. Do it like that. Do it scared. Do it, I don't like you talking to me like that. Please say it in the way that you can. It's not about saying it in the perfect way. It is about building that muscle to be comfortable to say it, point blank, period. And if you have been embodying a certain way in energy for so long, of course you're going to be probably shaking, scared, or uncomfortable while doing it. But won't you be glad you did it, realizing that you didn't have to take that stuff on? What if after doing that, you start to realize you didn't have to take on that projection. You didn't have to take on that fear. You didn't have to take on that burden. You didn't have to do what they told you to do or feel how they told you you need to feel. What if you realize that, not saying that, I'm not even saying this as if someone's right and someone's wrong. Who cares who's right and what's wrong? What matters is that your voice is being heard. And you get to grow, and the other person gets to grow too. This is what you need to understand. You're not only growing, but you're also helping the other person. You're giving the other person an opportunity to grow. Like I said, whether they want to grow or not, it's their choice, but you're giving them the opportunity. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm about to make this person uncomfortable, think about it. Oh, I'm giving them the opportunity to see how I actually feel and see what they do with how I feel. How do they deal with the feelings that I say to them? Because we all project. We're humans. We're projectors. But, right, we're projectors, internalizers. We're all of those things in one. So what do we want to project? Do we want to project our truth, or do we want to project being hidden? It all comes from the heart, baby. What you say is not it's not rude. How you feel is not rude. How you feel is not taking up too much space. What it is it's allowing you and the people around you to grow. And if they're ready to grow, trust me, baby, they will hear what you said, and maybe it might sting a little bit at first. But they'll be like, damn, I needed that. I needed someone to say that to me. I needed someone. I didn't realize this. Now I get to look within myself. Now they get the opportunity to invite a space where, like, was I really making them feel that way? Was I actually in the wrong? Not even saying was I actually in the wrong, because like I said, it's not about being wrong or right, but like, did I actually hurt someone that I care about feelings? Have I been doing this to other people as well? When you allow just people to, this is gonna sound crazy, and maybe even a little bit triggering, because this feels triggering for me to say, when you allow people to walk all over you, they don't realize, sometimes they don't even realize they're walking all over you because you don't say anything. And when you allow something, humans will take advantage of it. And sometimes it's not even out of being an asshole. Sometimes it's literally because you allowed it. So it's like the energy of like, be more comfortable speaking your truth, and that inner critic is gonna come out. Yes, she is. Baby, she's been running amok on me recently. The inner critic has been running amok on me like crazy. But you know what? I keep going. Because what I know is that I'm building who I want to be. I'm not even building someone that I want to be. I'm building someone who I was. You know, it makes me think. Before I became a people pleaser, I was the complete opposite. I didn't care to please people. In fact, what I chose to please was myself. Am I pleased? Do I feel good? I was what you would probably call self-centered. But I wasn't self-centered in a way where I was harming other people. I just cared about me. I cared about how I felt. I was attentive to my feelings. I validated my feelings because I knew they were valuable and deserved to be heard and felt and seen. So I was brutally honest, and I really didn't care if it bothered other people. Not because I didn't care what other people felt, but because I'm like, if you're ready to grow, you'll grow. If you're not, you won't. And that's no judgment. The people who are ready to be uncomfortable with you will be uncomfortable with you. The people who are not, they just won't. The people who can handle your spice will handle it. People project all the time. People are rude all the time. But you think you're rude for saying no? You think you're rude and horrible person because you disagreed? I don't even know what this means. Can I get some clarity on this? Flip the other one up. Okay. Can I get a little bit of more clarity on this? Because I mean, I don't really know this card. The four-legged coyote. Okay. I think there's someone coming in that's gonna reflect this energy to you. Like, I feel like by embodying this energy, you're going to also invite in another truth speaker that's gonna appreciate your truth. That's gonna appreciate you being truthful and you being honest. I feel like you're gonna invite in someone who does this already, like who is already naturally a truth speaker. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like you're gonna invite someone who's a truth speaker, and they're gonna truthfully say something to you, and you're gonna truthfully say something to them, and y'all are just gonna be like, yeah. And y'all gonna see it for what it is. It's this energy of like two truth speakers coming together, and like inviting in this energy of just honesty. Not even like, because I feel like it's a lot of fear around the energy of honesty. There's a lot of fear around the energy of like speaking your truth and being honest and being blunt on how you feel. But that's how you invite in what you want. When you become more blunt, you become more you. Because what people call blunt and what people call honest, brutal honesty is really just people who embody their truth and don't have fear in embodying how they feel. So it's not, I think it gets a bad term, like all of it deprives from like society. This is all society's meanings that gets put onto us and pressured onto us. Projections. This is society's being brutally honest. It's not a bad thing. Holy shit. But we see it as a bad thing. We don't like people who are brutally, well, I don't like people who are brutally honest. I'll be honest with you. Oh, I don't like people who are brutally honest. Because they hurt my feelings. then I get mad at them. But really, I'm just triggered. Really, I'm just like triggered because I'm like, why are you being honest and I can't be honest? But then I'm really just projecting my dishonesty feeling onto them in all reality. So it's like, it's really the energy. Like, be blunt, be honest. Be like, yeah, I don't know. I'm really about to like say something weird, but I don't actually do this. But be like, tell somebody like, yeah, I pee in the bed. Like, honest, obviously no, but like, you know what I mean? Like, be like, yeah, I ain't getting no sales today, and I felt pissed about it, and I cried, and I was upset. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I really don't want to talk to you right now. Yeah, I don't feel like talking right now. No, I don't like you. Not because you're a bad person. I think people correlate it with like being a bad person, being a villain, but it's not a villain. It's someone who like cares about how they feel. Like I said, there's gonna like, if you're being a truth speaker, guess who you're gonna attract? People who speak their truth. I think it's like, it's this energy being built and being reflected to you. Six of Stones. Self-confidence and personal power. I think it's something very important in reflecting the truth of who you are. Like, I really want you to take time in building like this relationship with your mind, this relationship with yourself, where you're like, you hear yourself for what it is, and you're like, sometimes you're like literally no filter. Be like a fucking wear your heart on the sleeve type shit. Oh yeah, I feel so fucking sad. I feel shitty right now. I don't feel good right now. Tell somebody that. May make them feel uncomfortable. Be like, shit, now I gotta ask her why she feels shitty. And you explain to them why you feel shitty. Because they asked. Shit. Like, literally, what I'm getting is like, in little ways, what can you do every single day to like invite that honesty? 222. What are the little ways you can invite every single day? Honesty, truth, your real, authentic self. Like I said, this is gonna attract someone that's like very much blunt as well. I'm getting someone, you're gonna attract in someone that's like just as blunt as you are going to be. I feel like you're gonna be really blunt. I'm getting like the energy of like, this is something that's already happening. Like, I feel like I said everything right, but like, as an overthinker, and I feel like a lot of people who like fear speaking their truth, like I used to, they're overthinkers. People who aren't overthinkers normally are the more blunter ones, because they don't really think. Not that they don't really think or never have stress or never have thoughts, but I think that they're out of their head a lot less. So they really don't have a critique in their head, because they're not even in their head to begin with. I think it's like this energy of like, you're no longer fighting your brain. You're no longer fighting your mind. Your mind, I feel like, has been one of those enemies, has been one of those critiquers, has been one of those haters, has been one of those your mind may have been one of those things that told you honesty is a bad thing. Making people uncomfortable is bad. Being honest is bad. Being blunt is bad. Being truthful is bad. Saying how you feel is bad. But it's not. Like, genuinely, when you make peace with your mind, when you start to understand your mind, like, just being honest and not putting on a projection of what you think you need to be. Like, I'm getting this energy of like, stop performing. There's nothing else to perform for. Like, the performance takes away your authentic truth. Your performance takes you away from who you are. There's going to be people who are going to be uncomfortable by it. There's going to be people that's going to be super triggered and angry by it. But that doesn't make you a bad person. That makes you you and good. Make sure those people stay the fuck away from you. Make sure you're going to get the opportunity to have a peace of mind. I feel like you're actually going to be at peace. I feel like you're fearing like doing this, you're going to be like feeling lonely, and then you're not going to like, but I feel like it's all a part of the Matrix. Like that fucking, because like if you really think about like the people at the top, right? A lot of people at the top, especially the bad people, they're very brutally honest, aren't they? They're pretty honest. They're pretty honest with their beliefs. They don't really hide anything. They're more like an open book. We could think about a couple of people who are like an open book, done some crazy things. And guess what? They're still at the top. They've done things that you would go to jail for. And guess what? They're still at the top. They're doing things that normal people would get criticized brutally, like just like, okay, Spirit doesn't want me to get too deep into that, but I want you to just think about what so many people who are up there get away with. Just think about that. Spirit doesn't want me to explain further. They said shut your mouth. So I'm gonna shut my mouth. But just think about like what's real here, what's true here. Because you're doing it for the right reasons, right? Your heart is not in a certain place. Your heart is not in a certain mind. Right? You wouldn't be a people pleaser if you didn't have empathy. And a lot of people that are people pleasers are typically the ones who have empathy. And you may have a lot of animals that's attracted to you. But what I'm hearing is when you become more honest, when you become more truthful, it's an honesty that comes from the heart. That honesty doesn't come from wanting, because there's two different types of honesties if you want to think about it. There's an honesty that wants to hurt people, belittle people, make people smaller, make people shrink into their place. And there's an honesty that is truthful, that is just someone being raw and real and true to their heart, to who they are. There's a lot of different types of truth, and like you just gotta remember, you just gotta see what's yours. What's your truth? Your truth matters. Your truth needs to be heard. And your truth is gonna heal a lot of people. If you the more truthful you are, the more uncomfortable you might make people feel. But it's going to give them the room to grow. This whole conversation, this whole topic may have made you feel uncomfortable, but hasn't it opened you up to question things that you've been doing that you may want to stop doing, or things that you want to begin doing? Didn't it open you up to the space of growth? That's what you're going to do if you be honest with other people. That's what you're going to create if you're being honest with other people. Just be honest. There's no reason, it's just no reason to lie. Like, yes, people project their fears, their triggers, their pains onto you. But the moment you say that that's not my truth, don't speak to me that way. Your voice is heard, it's rippled, and it's true, and it's real, and it's raw. What you say becomes real. Who you are becomes truth. And keep embodying the energy and the embodiment of what you truly are, because what you are is an alchemist. And I'm gonna leave you with reading one page from one of my favorite books. As you can see, look how dingy she is. Beautiful. Okay. Because people can be fucking truthful and project their motherfucking fears on you. You might as well be a projector too. Cooking stove and carpet covered with mysterious design. Sit down. We'll have something to drink and eat these hawks, said the alchemist. The boy suspected that they were the same hawk he had seen on the day the day before, but he said nothing. The alchemist lightened the fire, and soon a delicious aroma filled the tank. It was better than the scent of the hookahs. Why did you want to see me? The boy asked. Because of the omen, the alchemist answered. The wind told me you could be coming and that you would need help. It's not that the wind spoke about it. The foreign Englishman, he's the one that's looking for you. He had other things to do first, but on the right track, he began to try to understand the desert. And what about me? When a person really desires something, all the universe conspires to help that person to realize his dream, said the alchemist, echoing the words of the old king. The boy understood. Another person was there to help him towards his personal legend. So you are going to instruct me? No, you already know all you need to know. I am going to point you in the direction of your treasure. But there's a tribal war, the boy reiterated. I know what's happening in the desert. You get to say what that means to you. And yes, I read I read the way how I read, and I'm unapologetic about it. Period. I'm grateful for who I am, and I'm grateful for how I do things. Period. So, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.